Hi, this is Rob from Rob Mills Real Estate, and today I want to talk to you about a topic that's been asked several times over the last few months for obvious reasons, and that's how to buy safely during the COVID-19 pandemic. Now we're starting to see the numbers rise again in the GTA. It's coming up more and more often. So I want to give you the top tips that I've learned over the last few months about how to buy safely during COVID-19. So first thing I want to say is have a plan. So when I say have a plan, what I want you to do is really understand what you need to do to buy a home. Make sure all your ducks are in a row and everything's organized. First thing is to make a list of your wants and needs in a home. So a need is something that it has to have. So let's say you need 3 bedrooms because of the number of people who are going to move in. That's a need. A want may be something like hardwood floors in the bedrooms, or it could be stainless steel appliances in the kitchen. These are things that if a home doesn't have, you can change at a later date, and they're not things that you must have today. So that's the difference between a want and a need. Make sure you make a really detailed list of the needs that you want first, what a home must have before you would make an offer, and then make a list of the wants, and hey, if it's got some of those as well, then that's great. The next thing is to be prepared. So when I say be prepared, what you want to do is make sure your financing is really solid before you leave the house. So you want to make sure you've got a pre-approval done from a reliable lender or mortgage broker, someone you can trust that will be able to get the deal done and will finance the home if you find the home of your dreams. Know what your budget is, know what your buying limits are, and know what your affordability is as well. So the difference between what you're pre-approved and affordability may be different. Make sure you know what you can feasibly afford each month when you're looking for a home. The other thing you want to do is make sure that your deposit and down payment are ready to go. So your deposit needs to be ready for when you find a home. So a deposit holds the home and it's a good faith payment to secure the home until closing day. And that needs to be in a bank account, ready to go. If you find the home of your dreams, that deposit has to be within the next day at the latest in the bank of the listing agent. So we have to make sure that money is ready to go and in your bank account and not locked up in an RSP or some shares or stocks and bonds. So the other thing is make sure your down payment will be ready for the closing day. You can have that locked up in different ways, but you need to make sure those funds are secured and ready for closing day. The other thing you want to prepare is picking an agent. So before you start, make sure if you don't know an agent, make sure you interview a couple of people who you feel might be suitable. Make sure that they're going to be available when you need them. Make sure that they're going to be able to guide you through the process the way that you need. You don't want to be with somebody you don't trust or you don't find is reliable, and you spent a lot of time looking for homes and it just never happened because you picked the wrong agent. So make sure you pick someone who's professional, is going to represent you throughout the process from start to finish. My recommendation is to avoid open houses. I don't find open houses are a good way of seeing homes right now. There's a risk there that you don't need to take, and you're going to bump into people you just don't need to. So book a private showing. Mitigate your risk and avoid open houses. They're currently banned in a few different areas in Ontario right now, but there are still open houses in Ontario being held, and personally I do not recommend going. Where possible, what I do recommend is doing a virtual showing. So virtual showing, you can do it a few different ways. Maybe the listing agent's done a virtual showing, a virtual tour. Make sure you check that out before you see the home. Don't just look at a couple of pictures. Make sure you really check out that home and it's going to match your criteria. A lot of them have video links as well, so you can have a video tour of the home. Make sure you see that as well. The next thing you want to do is, if possible, do a virtual showing with your agent. So your agent will be able to do a visit, do a recording, do a live video, like a Facetime video with you as you're walking around. That's another great way of staying at home without even leaving the house, leaving the couch. Be picky. Don't race around the GTA looking at 100 homes. That really is not a good idea right now. Only see the homes that really match your criteria. Don't go see the ifs and the maybes. And the other thing you want to make sure is, although the list price may be tempting, the sale price may be vastly different. So a lot of homes are selling way over the list price right now. Make sure you understand what the difference is between the list price and the market value. Speak to your agent and ask them, what do you think this home would sell for? They should be able to give you a fair fairly accurate number about what they feel it will sell for, and if it doesn't match your budget or your criteria, hey, then move on. Don't see that home. Only see the homes that are really going to match your criteria. Another thing you can do is to drive yourself. Do not rely on your agent to drive you, and you're mitigating that risk of spreading COVID-19 between you and your agent. The usual precautions. So when you go to a showing, make sure that you have face masks, make sure you've got hand sanitizer, make sure you've got gloves as well, make sure you're ready to go, and you are staying safe during the showing. The other thing that you should do is don't touch anything. So your agent's going to be there if you want to look inside a door, inside a drawer, inside a bedroom with a locked door. Make sure that the agents open all those doors for you. That's what they're there for. They can do that. They can take that risk because if there's only one person touching things, it's much easier to stop the spread of COVID-19. If possible, leave your kids at home. If there's anything, your kids are anything like my kids, following the rules is not a big thing for them. So make sure, if you can, leave them at home, leave them with the babysitter. They're going to be much safer there in the house than they are going to strangers' homes. If you do have to take them with you, then maybe you can leave them in the car for a short period. One partner goes in, one partner stays in the car, something like that. If there's only one of you, or you really can't do that, then hey, just make sure the kids know the rules. Don't touch anything. Keep them with you. Don't let them run around the home touching things they just don't need to. The other thing that you want to do is just make sure the decision makers are there. So a decision maker is somebody who's going to help you with the financial decision of the home. So if you're buying the home with a partner or parents are going to help you with the down payment and they want to see the home before you make an offer, hey, make sure they're there, make sure they see the home if they're feeling safe to do so. But you know, aunts, uncles, cousins, they don't need to see the home right now. There'll be a chance later on when things are a little safer, once you've got the keys and you've bought that home, for them to come and have a look in a safe way at the new home. It's just not the right time right now to drag everybody to the home to have a look, and make sure that you only taking the decision makers with you, people that you can trust and rely to make that decision. If you follow this plan, I think you're going to greatly reduce the risk of contracting, but even worse, spreading the virus of COVID-19 throughout the GTA. I think it's a safe plan. I think it's a good plan. And so, you know, definitely don't stop going out there. Find the home of your dreams. Make sure that you mitigate the risk. See it virtually. Make sure everything's in order and be prepared before you leave the home. That's it from me. It's Rob from Rob Mills Real Estate. I look forward to seeing you again soon.